What do you think will happen with the Kaldorei story and their new home? You want to take this one first, Apocalypse?
Not particularly, because I have nothing good to say about the Kaldorei story currently, especially with the renewal storyline they've gone with. It's the lack of conflict within the Alliance thing. It just irks me every time. They tee it up, they get it all ready, they lay the table, and then they try and do that trick where they pull the tablecloth off, but everything just fucking goes flying.
I think the Kaldorei story was handled entirely wrong from the get-go, right? I get it that Blizzard really wanted to make the Kaldorei front and center, but they sort of pooped the bed. Because
definitely
the Kaldorei story was not even close to over. In fact, it hadn't really even begun when Tyrande said, now we forgive everyone and we just go back, right? And we rebuild. There is certainly a world in which... So here's something that I think I would like to see, right? Is the Night Elves moving their home from Teldrassil to Nordrassil. I think that could be a really cool story if told right in the game. So the Night Elves sort of finding a new home for themselves, a new purpose, being close to their trees again, sort of rebuilding that zone, especially after the damage and the havoc that Cataclysm wrought on it. I think it would make for... You could build a really cool capital city there, right? In that zone, with Nordrassil sort of being the central font of that power. It would also particularly serve to piss off the next war chief, because if you had a big enough ballista, you could fire on Orgrimmar from Mount Hyjal, right?
Might actually get to use that fucking Pleasure Palace cannon, like.
True. So I think it would be a really cool story to see them relocate and rebuild. I would love to see Blizzard actually diving into that, though. I wouldn't want that story to be a story that's just sort of told in cinematics. I'd like to see the player actually being part of that rebuilding process. You know, maybe collecting...
Some kind of like city building, base building type of mechanic.
Yes, where you maybe don't have control over what is built, but you as a Night Elf do have power over how it's built. So you have to collect the resources for it. You get to see your city come up throughout the course of an expansion, maybe some daily quests in that area for people to help rebuild. You could maybe even throw it open to both factions, so people from the Horde and the Alliance help as sort of forgiveness, asking for forgiveness. We go to help rebuild the Night Elves' home, right? Collecting wood and all sorts of resources, you know, maybe even get the goblins involved if they would actually fucking go for that. They would probably only do that if there was actual profit, but, you know, Bobby Kotick could write that story himself, I'm sure. And then I think that could be a really cool story. I do sort of just want to add on to this, because this is a topic that I've seen pop up quite a bit now, and I think it's an important topic to talk about nonetheless. Is it time to let go of the factions?